Good Friday morning. Isn't it wonderful? It is a beautiful day here outside Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment. And of course, I'm Mary Ellen, and you can always connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com. On Fridays, I present Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment, which is an inspirational story for you to learn something. And also, you can share these inspirational stories with your family, your friends, your children, or if you're a teacher, of course, you can share them to your students. And all my inspirational stories always begin with once upon a time. So let's go. Once upon a time, there was a university professor. And this professor was a professor of philosophy. He had studied all philosophies all throughout the world: Christianity, Judaism, Islamic, Zen, Buddhism, everything that you can think of, he had studied. He'd written research papers on all of the philosophies. He had many awards and accolades, and he was published and prized around the world. Well, one day the professor had a keen interest in traveling to Japan to meet with an actual Zen master, to learn from him the actual pearls of wisdom that the Zen master had. So he asked his university for a sabbatical so he could take a leave of absence to go to Japan. Of course, the university said, "Oh, yes, we want to keep you happy. You are our most prized professor. You are so knowledgeable." Well, he traveled to Japan and went to the Zen master's place. Upon arriving, the servants took him to the Zen master's room. Now, the Zen master's physical appearance was what he had expected it to be. It was lofty, and the professor could feel the shimmering positive light of energy all around the Zen master. He knew this light of positive energy came from these pearls of wisdom that the professor, was here to learn from the Zen master. After welcoming the professor, the Zen master asked the reason for his visit. "I have come to ask you to teach me about Zen, the pearls of wisdom that you yourself possess." The Zen master was really kind of quizzical, and he goes, "Well, you are known for your knowledge everywhere. Please share something with me." And the professor, he was just delighted by this question. And he started talking to the Zen master about his many research papers and his accolades and all of his accomplishments and all of the publications he'd been published in. And he just went on and on. Well, the Zen master listened quietly for probably about an hour until he interrupted the professor and asked him, "Could I give you a cup of tea?" The professor generously accepted the generosity of the Zen master and said, "Oh, yes, I'd love a cup of tea." So the servants for the Zen master disappeared and reappeared promptly with a large pot of tea and brought it over to the table with a couple of cups. The professor kept talking and talking and talking about all of his knowledge especially about Zen. He was talking about what he knew about Zen. The master picked up the pot of tea and he started pouring it into the cup. And he slowly poured it and poured it and poured it until finally the tea reached the top and it started overflowing. And it started overflowing onto the table, and then it started overflowing onto the floor until it finally overflowed onto the professor's robes. And the professor put his hand up and exclaimed, "Stop! Can't you see the cup is already full? No more will go in?" The Zen master didn't stop. He was very calm. He still kept pouring and pouring and pouring. The professor got angry and rushed out of the room. He was just so angry. Why didn't the Zen master stop? Couldn't he see? The Zen master called after him, "Professor, please listen." The professor didn't stop. The Zen master ran behind him and stopped him. And the Zen master calmly explained the reason he kept pouring the tea into the cup, even after it overflowed. The Zen master said, "Professor, you are here to ask questions, yet you come full. You have your own ideas and answers, with no space left for new information. You are like that cup of tea. I cannot show you Zen unless you first empty your cup. I love this story. I love the moral of this story because it's a very strong message of our need to stay humble and open to new ideas and be willing to change our perceptions so we can be receptive to learning new things. You know, Even though you are full of knowledge, there is always more to learn. And that is actually what my books are all about, whether it's Truth Lives, Healing Words, or Truth, Taking Responsibility Unleashes True Healing. They are all books on truth, teaching you a new way of thinking, helping you to change your preconceived ideas and prejudices. So today, let us all begin the art of unlearning what we think we know. Empty your cup so you can learn new things, because it is your preconceived ideas and prejudices that always prevent you from seeing the truth, no matter what the truth is. And remember, truth is not facts or opinions. Truth never changes. Truth is. I'm Mary Ellen Saganovich. You can always connect with me through askmaryellen.com. Just leave me a message with this, wherever you're watching this podcast, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And until Monday, when I have Miracles with Mary Ellen, I'm going to be speaking about the miracle of happiness. So join me on Monday for Miracles with Mary Ellen. Until then, have some fun this weekend. Go out and enjoy life and change and unlearn what you think you know. There's always more to learn. Bye-bye.